Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing in this early morning update on this 27th of December, approaching the first third of winter over. And I haven't been posting a lot because I've been watching and monitoring a quick hitting heavy burst of snow that's about to get underway in the greater Detroit metropolitan area. It's already started up in Mount Pleasant, Lansing, Jackson, just approaching the Ann Arbor, probably in there by now. Monroe, this could be sleet and snow and rain mix, but anywhere up in here where I'm located, we could get a quick 2 to 3 inches of snow in about 2 hours, as there's been a lot of lightning and thunder reported down here in northwest Indiana, northwest Ohio, northern and western Indiana, and central and northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin, right? So we're going to watch out for that. So I've been all over that and haven't really had time to focus on the coins today. You must apologize. Tracking the winter weather is something I love to do when it's hitting my localized area where I'm at, and that's what it's been doing today. So I've been watching that low pressure develop and progress its way towards me, and now it's almost here. So we're going to try to get this out so that way you got something to base your little trading off of right now. And you can see XRP, it's been a quiet weekend because of what's been going on. That it was a holiday weekend, right? So there's the daily time frame. We know where we're at that from all the videos that I've posted. You can see we're still consolidating on here very long. And you can see now for sure, if this breaks up, your logical spot on a breakup is going to be right up in here at a double top, right? A fabulous, glowing, all jabroni enticing double top at about $1.01. And then on an overshoot, you would touch up here at the, let's move this to the current time frame. We don't need that up there. We need to move this. Would be the bottom part of this would be $1.05 would be your overshoot, right? But this is setting up to where this would be a fabulous double top, right? With our industry exclusive drawing tool. It would look something like this, right? And then come on down. And that would be just classic double top right there. An all jabroni enticing double top reversal pattern, right? And or this could be on the secondary. You could say this is launching for a huge run. You first get up here, hit upper resistance, come back and test, and then overshoot and actually get all the way up here to this $1.15 target. That is possible, absolutely, and it's possible. Is it plausible? No. Is it likely? No. What's more plausible is we get that double top up in here, and then it would have a classic after you got your nice where your M forms down here, and then you come up and form that double top, and then you come down. That's more of a classic pattern. But I've seen these break to the upside too. So your overhead support or your overhead short-term resistance is a double top. Your mid-ground resistance is the bottom part of this volume indicator, right? And we need to make that white because, as we know, we started to make all these white. That way we know what they are. Let's click this, get that down there. Make this white because we know when it's below it, it's bearish. As it hits it, usually it gets rejected. So make that stand out a little bit more. So that it could be coming up there, and you got your mid ground is $1.01 to $1.05 or $1.05 to $1.08, right up in here. And then your major, where if you overshot everything and got ultimately bullish, the $1.13 to $1.20-ish range right in here would harshly reject you, right? And then on the underneath side, your first mid-ground support is the 200-day moving average where you're at, and you've been riding it at about 90 cents, 88, 89, about 89, 90, 91 cents, between 89 and a half and 91 and 3/4, right? Is your underneath support that you've been bouncing off of here, here, and here. That's why it's circled, right? But we're going to take away the circle just so you can see more. And if you break down past that, your first underneath support would be with another price label, would be at the top end of this support zone in the current day at 81 cents. If you break your current support at 90 cents, you're coming down really quick to 81 cents at the top of this little traded area, right? That has some significance right there on the buyback. And then if you couldn't hold the top end of that, you would start to fall down into the current day along the back testing major underneath support now, after it was with our industry exclusive purchasing tool. Resistance, 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 support, 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 resistance, support, double bottom support, resistance, resistance, flush through, resistance. Now because it flushed through, came back as resistance, and then consolidated and busted up, hit it as resistance, support, support, resistance, and then the breakthrough. So now when it comes back and retests now on a quick TA lesson there, right? This is your, if you break your 81 cents, you're going to back test this now, and it should act as some underneath support because it was so much resistance and support prior to it breaking up. And then you would think you'd get a bounce back into at least here to possibly up into here, and then you would come back down and maybe back in it, or you would fail to hold this as support, bounce up a little bit, and then trade back down into this falling channel. And I could absolutely see something like that. So this is a major area we're watching right now in the old XRP. XLM has been one of the only ones that has still been pumping since the last time we talked. You can see we're still in the 3-hour time frame. We're still above the 200-day moving average in green, so we're bullish. And we've been talking about that since here. And we've seen we were in this descending triangle, and the breakdown pattern was down much below there, down the next ring up, but the breakup pattern would be right up in here, but it would be up here now on the current day. That's why that 32 cents is, because you would think this on an upper resistance would be not that high, but it would come up and hit this as upper resistance because it was support here a lot just as recently as back here at the beginning of September. And then we held this ring as support, and now it's breaking up. On any break up, if it keeps on going on any kind of quick pump, right, where they try to get you in on a quick pump, if you see it shoot up real quick in XLM doing something like this, and then you wake up and it's way up here, and then you bring out your measuring tool, and from the current price, that would be a quick 10% pump. And then from the bottom, you're looking at it roughly near the bottom, it's already up 30%. Don't rush in and buy in on that, because that would more than likely just be a fake out to the upside, right? And what would be going on here is I make some coffee as I got a exciting 3 hours of weather after I get done with this beautiful update for you guys. I also have a weather page that I've been updating constantly this evening as we have the approaching burst of winter weather, right? But don't get bought into that hype train right there if that did happen, because what would happen is it would get harshly rejected up here, and it would quickly trade back down to this ring as underneath support at about 29 cents if it did it real quick like that within the next 6 days, right? So don't get bought in on a hype train. If you bought in down here and it does pump up here, this would be a phenomenal sell. Oops, we don't want that. This would be a phenomenal sell zone up here if you bought in anywhere down here on support, 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 way down there on the overshoot. This is a great sell zone. And then if you're trying to play another run, a buy zone, or if it slips through, it's coming down here in the old XLM. And then as we move to the Bitcoin, you can see it's breaking now some critical underneath support in this. Let's move out to a farther time frame, because this is a very long pattern that we're in. You can see we're on the downside. Oh, that's Bitcoin dominance. Somebody gives a shit about that on my channel, about the old Bitcoin dominance. You can see the last time we were talking, we were saying it could be trying to set up another run. The futures market did open right there, or down in there somewhere, and we had a little bit of a pump. And now we're coming up against our 200-day moving average, and it's trying to act as resistance. And if it can pump through here, your next target's up here, which is $56,469, right? And then you can try to build up a steam with a consolidation like so, just like here and back there, to try to come up there to get violently rejected. Or you're going to start to top out now. And if you can't breach this and try to make a run up here, you're going to come down and back test this underneath support on this orange fib circle again. You know, we've been talking about it here, 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 here. If we go back about 6 weeks, it was major underneath support or resistance, major overhead resistance back there about 6 weeks ago. Now it's acting as underneath support 6 weeks later on the way back down. So we're going to keep a close eye on this. This is your first target if it breaks up out of this consolidation and over this 200-day moving average in the 4-hour time frame. 62,644 is your major upper resistance where you would get harshly rejected. 56,000 you would expect a sell-off. And then if you can't break above this, or you do and you get rejected at 56, 46,000 is your first underneath support. And then your second underneath support is 41,000, this double bottom wick from this flash great dump of early December on precisely the 3rd where you flushed. and everybody got broke that was in limit orders and over leveraged on exchanges that let you go 5, 10, 50, 20x into Bitcoin, and they got liquidated there. And then the smart buyers were there, and then they bought the buyout, and they're playing it to see how this return rally and how high it can actually pump. And their smart ones are selling into the pump. They sold up here. Some buyers came in. They sold a little more here. They're selling a little more here, and they'll be all out if it ever got up there, right? So that's what's going on in the Bitcoin. Like, subscribe, and share to Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. As we got 130 followers on our Facebook weather page, and we over 1,000 subscribers, right? Or 1,000 followers on there. Let's join Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing and then an elusive exclusive club of 1,000 followers / subscribers known to you guys on YouTube. Join me, help me get to that 1,000, just like my Facebook weather page blew by 150 subscribers on this recent storm, and it got me over the 1,000 followers there. Let's get over 1,000 subscribers here. Peace and love. Peace and love.